These 7 9mm pistols changed my mind about what a carry gun should be in 2025. After testing them extensively, I sold 2 guns from my personal collection. Today, I'm breaking down the best new powerful 9mm pistols of 2025. What makes these stand out? One has the flattest shooting micro-compact I've ever tested. Another finally fixed the trigger issues that plagued earlier models. Each one surprised me in range tests, and I'm carrying one of them right now. If you find this information helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Now, let's start our countdown of 7 new powerful 9mm pistols in 2025. Number 7. HKCC-9. I've always liked carrying full-size guns, but as I get older and spend more time in tight spaces, I've started to appreciate a good micro-compact. The HKCC-9 caught my eye because it's not just HK slapping their name on a tiny gun, it's a purpose-built 9mm that feels like it was made for people who actually carry every day. At just 6 inches long, 0.99 inches wide, and only 18.4 ounces empty, this is truly a micro-compact. But the first time I shot it, I was surprised by how steady it stayed. The 3.32-inch cold hammer-forged barrel and well-designed recoil system give it handling characteristics of a much larger pistol. I've put over 600 rounds through this gun, and the recoil is noticeably better than other pistols in this size class. With standard 115 grain ammo, it stays flat enough for quick follow-up shots. Even with 124 grain plus P defensive loads, the muzzle rise is predictable and returns to target fast. The changeable back straps let me adjust the grip to my hand size. The texture is just right, aggressive enough during rapid fire, but not so rough that it tears up clothing when carrying. The controls are on both sides with slide stops and mag releases that work for right or left-handed shooters. The trigger sits around 5 pounds with a clear wall and quick reset. For accuracy, at 7 yards, I could easily keep 5-shot groups under 2 inches. Even at 25 yards, I was hitting an 8-inch plate consistently. You get both a 10-round flush magazine and a 12-round extended magazine. It's optics-ready using a direct RMSC footprint that took my Holosun without needing an adapter. The iron sights feature a tritium front and black serrated rear that were easy to see in low light. Reliability has been flawless with everything from cheap range ammo to premium defensive loads. HK did the safety features right too, with no need to pull the trigger to take it apart. At around $700, it feels like a scaled-down duty gun, not a compromise. Pros: shoots flat like a larger gun. Controls on both sides for right and left-handed use. Crisp trigger with short reset. No trigger pull, takedown. Direct optics mounting cons $700 price tag. Flush mag limits grip, heavier than competitors. Limited aftermarket options. Still not as stable as full size. Number 6. Springfield Armory Echelon 4.0C. Last summer, I bought 3 holsters and 2 different grip modules trying to make a compact gun work for me. Nothing felt right. That all changed when I picked up the Springfield Armory Echelon 4.0C. This gun solves the biggest problem with compacts. They're usually just chopped-down full-size pistols that shoot worse and feel awkward. When I first shot it, I could tell Springfield actually talked to real people who carry guns daily. This isn't just a smaller version of their full size. It's a completely rethought pistol that carries easily but shoots like something much bigger. I've carried this gun for 2 months, and it's one of the few compacts that hasn't made me wish I brought something bigger to the range. At 7.25 inches long and about 24 ounces with the 15-round magazine, it hits that perfect middle ground, light enough to carry all day but heavy enough to stay on target. What makes this gun special is the central operating group, the serialized part that contains all the important bits. You can take it out and move it to different grip frames or slides in under 5 minutes. This means one gun can work for different situations. Compact for carry, full size for home defense. The grip texture is another standout feature. Smooth until you grip it hard, then it gives just enough traction. The trigger breaks clean at around 4.8 pounds with a short, positive reset. You can mount pretty much any red dot directly to the slide. And the tritium front sight with U-notch rear works great in low light. Reliability has been perfect through 800 rounds. Zero malfunctions with everything from cheap ammo to premium hollow points. At around $680, it's not just another compact 9mm. It's a system that adapts to whatever you need it to be. Pros: modular design, change grips and slides. Shoots like a much larger gun. Controls on both sides for all shooters. Mounts any red dot without adapters. Great value at $680. Cons: newer design with less track record. Heavier than some competitors. Fewer aftermarket parts available. Limited holster options. Currently, modularity adds some complexity. Number 5. HK-VP9 A1. I've been shooting the original VP9 for years, so when HK announced the A1 version, I was skeptical. Would they actually improve it, or just change things to say they did? After 700 rounds through the VP9 A1, I can tell you this update is the real deal, especially that trigger. The original VP9 was always good. The A1 is exceptional. I ran it head-to-head against 3 other popular striker pistols in a 300-round comparison. By round 50, I was hitting steel targets a half-second faster with the VP9 A1. What exactly did HK improve? It's the nickel Teflon-coated trigger bar. Sounds boring until you feel it. Like they removed all the sandpaper from the trigger pull and installed ball bearings instead. It breaks clean at 4.5 pounds with zero grit and resets with a click you can actually hear. I tested both sizes, the full-size F model with its 4.53-inch barrel and the compact K with a 4.09-inch barrel. The full size comes with 17 and 20 round magazines, while the compact runs 15 rounders. I carried the K model for 3 weeks and forgot it was there until I needed it at the range, where it shot just like its bigger brother. The best upgrade isn't even the trigger, it's ditching those finger grooves from the original VP9. Now you've got a clean grip with swappable side panels and back straps. With 27 possible combinations, you can build it specifically for your hand. During a rapid-fire test, the flared magwell saved me nearly 1/3 of a second on reloads. The optics mounting system uses adapter plates specific to your red dot. I mounted an RMR that stayed zeroed through a 300-round torture session. The co-witnessing tritium sights mean you're never without aiming options. If you're left-handed like me, you'll appreciate that the controls aren't an afterthought. Slide stops and magazine releases work the same on both sides. At $980 base price, this isn't a gun you'll replace when something shinier comes along. After putting 700+ rounds through it without a single malfunction, I'm convinced it's worth every penny. Pros: factory trigger better than custom jobs. 27 possible grip configurations. Controls on both sides for all shooters. Flared magwell for faster reloads. Exceptional reliability. Cons: price starts at $980. Heavier than some polymer pistols. Optic mounting requires adapter plates. Limited aftermarket compared to Glock. Magazines are expensive. Number 4. FN509 Tactical Carbon. Sometimes a gun just clicks with you from the first magazine. That's what happened when I picked up the FN509 Tactical Carbon. FN took their proven 509 platform and reimagined it with a carbon fiber reinforced frame that's 30% lighter but significantly stronger than standard polymer. What caught my attention immediately was the weight. Just 25 ounces unloaded despite having a full-size 4.5-inch barrel. The slide is where FN really innovated. The front portion incorporates an integral compensator system that doesn't add length, but still provides about 30% recoil reduction. During rapid-fire testing, I could keep shots on target at speeds that would challenge custom race guns. The optics mounting system accepts over 10 different red dot sights directly without adapter plates. The suppressor height night sights co-witness perfectly with most optics. FN completely redesigned the trigger, replacing the hinged shoe with a flat-face trigger that breaks clean at 4.5 pounds with a short, tactile reset. Magazine capacity is impressive, with 17+1 standard and included 24-round magazines. Reliability has been perfect through 2,000+ rounds of mixed ammunition. At $1,099, this gun offers technology and performance that would cost $2,000 plus in a custom build. PROS, integrated compensator without added length. Carbon fiber frame reduces weight. Versatile optics mounting system. Improved trigger over standard 509. High capacity with included 24-round magazines. Cons: $1,099 price point. Still new to market with less track record. Slightly wider than some competitors. Some holster compatibility issues. Compensator design requires specific ammo for best results. Number 3. Sig Sauer P320AXG Pro Spectre. The range officer stopped me mid-session to ask what I was shooting. That happens a lot with the SIG P320AXG Pro Spectre. SIG took their P320 platform and elevated it to a level that competes with guns costing twice as much. What makes this gun special is the solid aluminum frame with custom G10 grip panels. The weight difference is immediately noticeable. 32 ounces unloaded versus about 26 for the polymer version. That extra weight transforms the recoil impulse, pushing straight back rather than flipping up, allowing for faster follow-up shots. During timed drills, I was consistently half a second faster with this gun. The slide is cut for direct mounting of SIG's Romeo optics, with adapter plates available for other brands. The irons are SIG's X-ray 3-day night sights that work in any lighting condition. SIG's flat, skeletonized trigger breaks clean at 4.0 pounds with minimal take-up and a short reset. Almost 1911-like in quality. During accuracy testing, I consistently produced 2-inch groups at 25 yards. The match-grade 4.7-inch barrel has a polished feed ramp that handles everything from target loads to defensive hollow points. In reliability testing, I ran 1,500 rounds without cleaning, 0 malfunctions. At $1,299, it's a premium pistol that excels in competition, home defense, and with the right holster, concealed carry. PROS. Aluminum frame reduces felt recoil. Match-grade barrel for superior accuracy. Excellent trigger for a striker-fired gun. Optics ready with good iron sights. Legendary SIG reliability. Cons: heavier than polymer options. $1,299 price point. Limited aftermarket grip options. Not as thin as some carry options. May be too large for smaller shooters. Number 2. Smith & Wesson M&P 9 Metal HD Spec. Series 5. Smith & Wesson surprised me at SHOT Show this year. When they handed me the M&P 9 Metal HD Spec Series 5, I thought, great, another special edition that's all looks and no substance. Boy, was I wrong. This isn't just a pretty version of their standard M&P, it's a completely different animal. They basically built the gun that custom shops have been charging thousands to create. The first thing you notice is the weight. At 37 ounces empty, this thing is solid steel. No polymer frame here. That weight is exactly what makes this gun shoot so well. When I took it to the range, the recoil is dramatically less than a standard M&P, and the muzzle barely moves between shots. That Strike Industries compensator on the threaded barrel isn't just for looks, it actually works. During rapid-fire strings, I could keep my sights on target without fighting the gun. At 15 yards, I was shooting groups that would make much more expensive guns jealous. Smith finally fixed the trigger that held back earlier M&Ps. This flat-faced aluminum trigger breaks at 4.5 pounds with no grit and a short, positive reset that you can actually feel. For sights, you get the core optics cut that works with most popular red dots, plus tall green tritium night sights that co-witness perfectly. What impressed me most was the reliability. I deliberately ran 1,000 rounds without cleaning it. Everything from cheap range ammo to defensive loads. Not a single malfunction. This gun just keeps running regardless of what you feed it or how dirty it gets. In the box, you get 3 23-round magazines, a steel magwell, and extended controls. Yes, at $1,699, it's not cheap. But when you add up what all these features would cost if added by a gunsmith, you're looking at well over $2,500. After 6 months of testing, this is the best pistol Smith & Wesson has ever made. Pros: steel frame virtually eliminates recoil. Factory compensator keeps muzzle flat. Custom quality trigger from the factory. 3 23-round magazines included. Match grade accuracy. Cons: heavy at 37 ounces empty. $1,699 price point. Limited availability as special edition. Size makes concealed carry. Difficult. Comp requires higher maintenance. Number 1. Staccato HDP-4. After 15 years of testing handguns, it takes a lot to impress me. The Staccato HDP-4 didn't just impress me, it changed what I thought was possible from a production pistol. This isn't just another expensive gun with a fancy name. It's what happens when a company takes everything good about custom 2011s and makes it accessible without requiring gunsmith work or a 6-month wait. Built on a full steel frame, the HDP-4 weighs in at 32 ounces unloaded. That's substantial, but still manageable for everyday carry. The weight is distributed perfectly, with a slight bias toward the muzzle that helps control recoil. The 4.0-inch bull barrel is either stainless or DLC coated, and it's fitted to the slide with minimal play. From a rest at 25 yards, I consistently shot groups under 2 inches with premium ammunition. But where this gun really shines is in rapid fire. The recoil impulse is more of a straight push back than a flip up, allowing you to track the sights through the entire firing cycle. The trigger is what you'd expect from a well-tuned 2011. A crisp, single action that breaks right around 4.25 pounds. If you've only shot striker-fired pistols, this trigger will spoil you forever. There's virtually no take-up, a glass rod break, and a reset so short you barely need to release pressure before it's ready to fire again. For sights, the gun comes ready for an optic using Staccato's mounting system. The iron sights are tall enough to co-witness through your optic, with tritium inserts for low-light use. The gun ships with 2 18-round Staccato steel magazines, which feed flawlessly. One feature I particularly appreciate is compatibility with Glock pattern magazines. Reliability has been absolutely flawless through 1,200 rounds, including a session in the rain where the gun was completely soaked. At 7.66 inches long, 1.6 inches wide, and 5.5 inches tall, it hits that sweet spot between full-size and compact. Yes, the $2,499 starting price is substantial. But when you consider that many custom 2011 builds start at $3,500 and go up from there, the value becomes clear. After thousands of rounds and months of testing, I can confidently say the HDP-4 is the new standard against which I'll judge all high-performance 9mm pistols going forward. Pros: custom quality performance from factory. Exceptional trigger with short reset. Bull barrel design improves accuracy. Reliable with all ammunition types. Perfect size balance for carry chosh shooting. Cons: $2,499 starting price. Heavier than polymer alternatives. Requires more maintenance than simpler designs. Less aftermarket support than some brands. Learning curve for 2011 platform.